counter move. Creature from Jekyll Island. And so they converted all Aboriginal titles, which is the superior title. That's the real claim. Now, and this is, again, Dr. G, where for themselves, they started creating like land patents and things like that, and land grants to steal the land from us, when our position is Aboriginal title, superior to all of that. Because when it all boils down, only the Aboriginal titles will stand when everything collapses. That's why they don't teach it. Back to what are we doing when you talked earlier? You said, I'm gonna give a civic class, start doing some civics. The more you talk about, see, if you talk, it gets people thinking. Then when they start doing research, they see the real politics. The deal is the people don't know what they're dealing with, Dr. G. Once you understand this, you understand the Trading with the Enemy Act. And then you understand the War Tax Act of 1917, the correlation of years, what its real function is, the Buck Act. You understand it all. Now, and so keep in mind, around 1925 in that area, what did Drew Ali do between 1925 and 1928? He was in communications with nations of the earth, trying to encourage the Europeans here to maintain their integrity and honor to the obligations of treaty, which I just read, because that's what their obligation is, and constitution. So what happened is it crashed the system. That's why a lot of people who understand the economics, some people will say amongst Europeans that Noble Drew Ali crashed the stock market in 1925. So you look at the record, look at the microfilm, look at the records, and you see that's when he established the old Moorish Temple of Science as a civic organization, because he had developed the people to civically to start understanding their loss to state. Because remember, all the people's heads are confused because people kept thinking it's religion. And the issue is the restoration of their estate. Then 1928, that's when he adopted that affidavit to protect the people's estates. Why? Because it crashed the bond system. So what did they do? Franklin Delano Roosevelt, because remember, this is from 1913 to around 1925, the system lasted, then it crashed again. So 1925, they re-established it again, United States Corporation Company. That's those files I gave you from Florida. You know the files I gave you? 1925 United States, their registration, their reincorporation. I gave you copies. Remember, I made you copies of it.
I don't know. I've got a lot of stuff from you, so I don't know. Once I can get you locked in to pay attention to timeline and different political actions, things will start popping in your head, because you'll see things that most people don't pay attention to, because people are in vacuum thinking. They don't know how to look at century activities and tie them together. They don't have a detective mind. Most people don't have photographic memory. Our attention spans by design are short. Right. I tend to see things, they link, get one thing and then I see the connection between that and something else.
Once you get the connections, you understand the politics. And then when they're trying to BS you with a whole bunch of other stuff, you see, you don't even let it bother you. You'll be looking at people around you and wonder how damn dumb can they damn be? For how long? How many generations? And the stuff is in their faces. You can see why these people have contempt for the people, because he has to know that some of them are just in denial for fear. Not that they can't see it. And to get along, they rather go along with the politically correct and start making them kind of statements and pretending that they're helping their people. No different than the overseers start doing this civil rights stuff when they know that Eisenhower relinquished jurisdiction at Morocco in '54. They didn't dismiss the Constitution and consular venue. They relinquished jurisdiction because they can't change the Constitution. This is why, like, when you start doing a lot of law cases and you see Europeans were starting to make claims with UCCs and financial statements and everything, and then the magistrates would tell them, you can't use that Constitution as a defense, you're not a party to it. And I know you've heard that here and there, and people don't understand that, well, he can't stop them from their constitutional rights. Yes, he can. They call themselves white people. With the Naturalization Act after Ulysses Grant, without a nationality, you can't make a claim of any damn estate. And the deal of it is the only ones that can make claim to the land is a allodial title, an aboriginal title, not anything that was legislated thereafter. Anything there that was thereafter is already superseded by aboriginal titles, i.e. Article 6 Constitution for the United States. All debts and contracts entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be binding against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. And all treaties made or which shall be made under this Constitution shall be the supreme law of the land. Get over it.